Despite this being very last minute and not on the community calendar, we have a brand new limited time event. It's called the Science of Love and is running for 2 weeks, starting from the 4th until the 18th of February. We have a new series of challenges that you can find in the Challenges tab from the main menu under Events. Week 1 and Week 2 will each have different sets of 7 challenges to complete, rewarding individual rewards on completion of each challenge, but also a larger reward for completing each week, plus a bonus reward for completing both weeks. Once you've completed 5 out of the 7 Week 1 challenges, you'll be able to claim the funky Dopamine Wallpaper. Once you've completed 5 out of the 7 Week 2 challenges, you'll be able to claim the pretty cool looking Study of Love Chalkboard. On completion of both Week 1 and Week 2, you'll be able to claim the awesome pink heart Gobo lights to help set the mood for all your late night camp entertainment. To answer some commonly asked questions, firstly, you cannot complete this event on a custom server, but you can by all means use a private world to do this, and it may be of benefit as there are specific items you need to collect that I'll cover just in a sec. Whilst you can complete each of the week's challenges in one day, the second week's challenges will not be available until Tuesday the 11th of February at 12pm EST 5pm GMT. Challenges cannot be re-rolled like with daily and weekly challenges, and you must have completed at least 5 of the 7 challenges each week to claim the weekly prizes. Some good news for power armor users, you can in fact complete this challenge wearing power armor. You simply need to remove your helmet and replace it with a doctor's headlamp, as this item must be worn at all times whilst completing the challenges for them to count. With that said, the first thing you'll need to do is head over to the Atomic Shop and claim the free doctor's headlamp. Please ensure that you are wearing this at all times whilst completing the challenges, otherwise your endeavours will not count. You will need to craft this at an armor workbench, and you'll find this under headwear. The item cannot be traded, so you will need to have redeemed it from the Atomic Shop in order to take part in this challenge. Do be awesome and hit that like and consider subscribing to receive more of my content. And now, let's take a look at the challenges. So, for Week 1, starting the 4th of February and ending on the 11th at 12pm EST 5pm GMT, we have 7 challenges. You do only need to complete 5 out of the 7, but each completed challenge will give you a smaller reward, so they are worth doing. The first challenge requires you to collect 3 human skulls or skull parts. If so, you're looking for skull cap bones, skull eye sockets, skull faceplates, skull fragments, and in theory, human jaws. You can usually find these fairly easily, although I'd recommend checking any of the cultist sacrificial bonfires, for example the one just off down the hill to the right of Vault 76, or the one just across from the car park in front of Vault 76. You should find some skulls there. Remember that bone chimes, for example the ones in the trailer outside West Tech Research Facility, also contain the human skull parts. The reward for this is 250 score points, more if you're boosted. The second challenge is to collect 1 Autopsy board game. This is pretty straightforward, although this particular board game doesn't appear in that many locations. You should be able to find 2 at the Pleasant Valley Cabins and 1 at each of the following: Bolton Greens, the Blue Ridge Bunkhouse, Helvetia, Settlers Ridge, Johnson's Acre, and the Retreat. Although you may need to server hop for this or visit a private world. There should also be 1 in the common room of the White Spring Refuge. The reward is a further 250 score points, again, more if you're boosted. The third challenge is to collect 10 nuclear waste. This is one of the harder to find items out in the wild, as there are not too many locations. However, there is an easy solution. Simply use a plasma weapon to kill enemies, and they will have a chance to drop up to 2 when you've turned them into a delightful pile of goo. You'll also collect this from glowing creatures or those who've been exposed to a nuclear blast. You can make nuclear waste at a chemistry workbench with a uranium ore and acid, or just take 10 out of your stash box. If you fancy doing some events, then completing Uranium Fever will award you 4, and the Path to Enlightenment will reward you between 3 and 9. Reward for this is 1 Scout's Banner. The fourth challenge is to collect 10 microscopes. Now there are only 31 external microscope spawns per server, but you will find more inside instance locations, for example West Tech and AVR Medical Center, but still having to collect 10 might be a challenge. The best bet is to head over to AVR Medical Center, where you can find 7. Ella Ames Bunker you can find 6, and Morgantown High School has 4 in a classroom. In the wild, your best bet is to check the medical hangar at Morgantown Airport, behind the counter at Otoga Shopping Plaza, or inside the church at Flatwoods. The reward for this is 3 lunch boxes. The fifth challenge is nice and easy, and just requires you to kill 10 feral ghouls. I'm sure you won't have any problems finding them, but for some easy locations, take a wander through Morgantown, a stroll around Charleston Capital, or a skip through the new Appalachian Central Train Yard. The reward for this is 3 basic repair kits. The sixth challenge is again nice and simple, and just requires you to kill 10 super mutants. These are always guaranteed inside West Tech Research Facility, but also appear in the wild in the largest concentrations at Eastern Regional Penitentiary, Grafton Steel, and New Gad, to name a few. The reward for this is a mixed pack of 6 Nuka-Cola. The 7th and final challenge for week 1 is to scrap 5 fibre optics. Now, although this might seem a little daunting, don't worry. All you need to do is scrap the microscopes you gathered in the 4th challenge and job's done. The reward for this is 3 perk card packs. Once you've completed 5 out of the 7 challenges from week 1, you'll be able to claim the Dopamine Wallpaper. Week 2 starts on Tuesday the 11th at 12 PM EST, 5 PM GMT and ends on Tuesday the 18th at the same time. Again, there are 7 weekly challenges for which you have to complete 5 to receive the week 2 reward. The first challenge is nice and straightforward, just destroy 15 robots. Now this might seem like a lot, but an easy location to get this done quick is just to head down to Watoga and waltz around the town, stopping at each of the Protectron pods until a bot appears and shoot him in the face. Alternatively, you can head to the Robco Research Centre and you may get the event AWOL Armament, where you'll have enough Mr. Gutsies to kill to complete this challenge. The reward for this is a Scout's Banner. The second challenge is to kill 5 mutant hounds. I'd recommend heading to either Westec or Huntersville, then checking Grafton Dam and the Watoga Civic Centre. These can sometimes be tricky to find and you may need to server hop or just keep running Westec for the respawns. The reward for this is 3 perk card packs. The third challenge is to kill 10 insects. One of the best events for this is Campfire Tales, but also Tea Time, Project Paradise and Spin the Wheel. However, you can find a larger density of insects at Arenholt Homestead. And remember, bee swarms also count and they are easy to spawn by just taking the honey from the hives. The reward for this is 3 repair kits. The 4th challenge is to scrap junk to make 5 glass. This is super easy and there are bottles absolutely everywhere, so go into full recycling mode and clean up that wasteland. The reward for this is 3 lunchboxes. The 5th challenge is to deal 500 energy damage. Now, don't worry, you don't have to deal this all in one hit, and the game will track the damage as you do, so as long as you use an energy gun, you should have this done in no time. The reward for this is 250 score points, more if boosted. The 6th challenge is to collect 500 energy ammo. The easiest way to do this is simply take it out of your ammo box, or craft it at a Tinker's Workbench. However, remember, if you complete a daily operation or an expedition and switch to an energy gun just before you finish, you will be rewarded ammo for the gun you are carrying. The reward for this is a Nuka-Cola mixed pack of 6 Nuka-Colas. The 7th and final challenge for week 2 is to collect 3 beakers. This is not as hard as it sounds, as there are a ton of these in Octos Farmer, a couple at Harper's Ferry and 4 in the monorail cars at Pylon V13. The reward for this is 250 score points, more if boosted. Once you've completed 5 out of the 7 challenges for week 2, you'll be rewarded with the Study of Love Chalkboard. On completion of week 2's challenges, as long as you've also completed week 1, you'll be rewarded with the pretty cool Pink Heart Gobo Light. And that, my friends, is it. I hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe to catch more of my content. I'd like to say a big thank you to Nukenites and Duchess Flame, who both work very hard on data mining this content, so that at least we get a heads up for when to expect the unexpected. Please do check both these guys out, and their links can be found in the description. I'm Golden Gak, and thanks for watching. Have fun. See ya!